Hello, how you cats doing? Today, I want to talk about Hurricane Harvey, okay? And my heart goes out to those folks, and I pray that everything will be all right. And looking at that on the news, but besides this Joe Pio nonsense, CNN is talking, and that's really about. I mean, I can see my local news and see them talking about it, and then look at CNN. When the local news go off and they talking about some Joe Pio and Trump, that's some personal issues y'all need to put to the side. This is an emergency, right? But my heart go out to those folks. I pray everything will be all right, and they definitely, help is coming. And I was talking to my brother. This was like Friday, before things had hit. When the weatherman was just telling you about where it was coming, where was it, gonna hit. And I was like, wow, this is unprecedented. I called him and told him, look, you need to call your son, you need to call the family down there, and tell them they need to get up out of there. And I know the mayor and all those cats, they doing everything they can to help the people, and his administration. But I'm about like, I kind of see two things here. I'm seeing like, I heard General Honore, Russel Honore, he said that, those folks needed to get up out of there. And I agree with that. And, the mayor was saying, oh, well, everything's going to be all right. You put that many people out on the road, they're going to be in trouble. They're going to be, running out of gas and dying on the road. And I'm like, wait a minute. That ain't making no sense. Right now, they're stuck in water, rising up on them. Y'all having to release some kind of levees or something to put more water on the people. Look, if you in a lot of low-lying land and you getting ready to get something unprecedented, getting ready to hit you. I know y'all don't get hurricanes that often. I'm over here on the east, more or less on the east. And I go to Myrtle Beach and Miami and all that. Them folks got an evacuation route. I mean, you go to Myrtle Beach, it's an evacuation route up out of there. You see what I'm saying? You got signs saying, look, this is the way you get up out of here. You don't stay in that kind of thing. You don't tell the people to stay up in there. I'm like Russel Honore. He said, look, them folks needed to come up out of there. It's better for them to be, at a hotel somewhere in another little town, another state, saying, I hope everything is okay and my stuff is okay. I'd rather have that feeling than saying that, my house is going to be messed up and I might die too. So I don't agree with that at all. I remember I made reservations. I go down to Myrtle Beach a lot, right? And it was a hurricane coming down there, and I had to make a deposit at one of the resorts. And they're like, okay, we'll give you a deposit, and no refunds, right? They said the only way you can get a refund unless there's it's a hurricane and the mayor says that they shut down the town. And I saw the hurricane like 4 or 5 days before. I'm like, I want my money back, and they were just blowing me off like I didn't exist. And I was like, wait a minute. I want my money back. I ain't coming down there no hurricane. I don't care if it just turn to a storm or go to the left or right. I want my money back. I want to be involved in that. I eventually got my money back. But, my theory is that if there's a hurricane coming, I don't care where you at on the coast, if you know that thing is coming, you got to get up out of Dodge, okay? I mean, just like over there in the Middle East, when you have war, wherever they having war, you got to get up out of there. You see that long line of people ain't trying to be around no bombs. You ain't trying to be around no hurricane. Hurricane can do all kind of things. That thing get up on the land, it turns into a thunderstorm, rain. You in low-lying lands, you got all those creeks, rivers, lakes, and bayous through there. It's time to go. That ain't even a debate. You know what I'm saying? You got to get up. You got to, when you hear stuff like that, you got to get up out of there. Just stay a couple of days or a week or something with family, friends. If you arguing with them, you get over it. If you ain't got no money, go get you a hotel and you look at it and just drive back. Everything will be okay. You'll still have your job and everything. But brothers and sisters, we got to think. Just because the mayor tell us to not leave and go hunker down, that's just his opinion. But you got to see what's right for you and your family and your kids. You know what I'm saying? I heard people on CNN talking about, we need help and we this and we that and we this. It would have been better if we would have left, if they would have told the folks. And you don't just need him to tell you. You tell yourself. You have a family discussion and say, hey, look, we got to get up out of here. Not everybody going to rush out. Like he said, 2-something million people going, it ain't going to be that many people rush out there in the street. It's going to be a percentage of the people that rush out. You see what I'm saying? And if they had some kind of evacuation route, they could say, well, okay, the North go first. Then the town, then the people in the north, or something like that. That way, everybody ain't rushing out. But you give them people enough time to get up out of there, and you'll find out at the end of that day, before that hurricane hit, them streets would have been bare. Okay? Now, we worried about old people and stuff like that. Old people can go to casinos. Okay, we can get all them packed up. And I've seen people in the casinos. They got a breathing mask, walking canes, wheelchairs. If we can get them people to the casinos and football games and all that, we can get them people up out of that town. All right? I mean, before a hurricane hit. And that don't make no sense. And I don't care if the hurricane go to the left or go to the right. At least we did the right thing. And we ain't got to worry about nobody being stuck there. Because one guy said that he owns some kind of alligator farm there. 350 alligators. He said, I built the fence up high. Like 6-7 feet. But them things, the water's probably going higher than that. And if them things go over that fence and swimming around, and them people are walking through that water trying to get to safety because now they're on top of their roof because the water keep rising, that's crazy. Not to mention all that crap that's in that water. You had old people I saw pictures just old people just sitting in the water. Man, there's all kind of crap in there. There's sewage in that water. It's oil, gas, all kind of mess in that water. Okay? So we need to, next time on something like this happening, we need to evacuate those people. You know what I mean? If you in low-lying land, if you on hills and all that and you think you can survive, some of those people going to stay. I understand that. But if those people in low-lying lands next to a creek, next to a bayou and all that stuff, you need to get up out of there. Okay? So, brothers and sisters, we got to think for ourselves. Okay? Even the Bible say, look, and how bad it is for people that have to leave and run, and how bad it is if you're pregnant and if it's cold. So even Jesus knew that you had to run. Sometimes you got to leave or drive or take a bus or something, go to a shelter or something. But you don't just sit there and let something just hit you like that. That's crazy. All right. So I hope the people are safe, and God bless y'all. And hope everybody come out alive and it ain't no more deaths. But all right, I hope this helps. All right. Peace.